Breaking now, a violent night throughout the city of Philadelphia. Police are now investigating 3 separate homicides. One person is dead in a shooting in the Logan neighborhood. It happened just before 3 this morning on the 1700 block of West Ruscombe Street. Philadelphia police say when they arrived on the scene, they located a male shot in the chest and was rushed to the hospital where he was pronounced. A friend of the victim followed the shooter to a home on the 1600 block. When the shooter began shooting at them, police found around 15 spent shell casings between the blocks. 3 guns were recovered at the scene, and 1 man is now in custody. In the Fern Rock neighborhood of the city, 1 person was also shot. It happened just before midnight on North Warnock Street and West Spencer Street. Philadelphia police say they received a call on the shooting, and around the same time, a person came to the police station reporting an unresponsive person laying on a discarded mattress. Soon after, a private vehicle dropped the victim off at Einstein, where they were pronounced dead. Officials believe a car left running at the scene may be connected.
On that block, there was also an abandoned black BMW, which was still running. It was unoccupied, and we do believe that that BMW is in some way connected to the shooting. We don't know if the now decedent, was in that vehicle as an operator or as a passenger, or whether it belonged to possibly someone that perpetrated the shooting. We don't know yet, but we do believe that that vehicle is a critical piece of evidence to this investigation.
So far, no arrests have been made and a motive is unknown. At 8:05 in Kensington, a man is shot multiple times on the 600 block of East Street.
Jesus.
It happened just before 1 this morning. The man was taken to Temple, where he was also sadly pronounced dead. Police say 5 spent shell casings were recovered at the scene. Officials say the man lives on the block that he was shot.
Look, bro, in some of these cities, honestly, I'm not sure if you can say that they are too far gone or if you can say that they're salvageable. But the one thing that I do know, and I am covering that in a separate video, is that there are huge protests over in D.C. that we are now at, as of the recording of this video, when Trump has taken over the city, as far as the police officers and deployed National Guardsmen, that there are no murders in over 10 days over in Washington, D.C. But you have people that are protesting over there, mad, angry, upset that the Trump administration has solved for crime, and yet you see over in Oakland, here over in Philadelphia, that they're reporting on, when the sun drops, the body goes up. When the sun drops, the body goes up. The body counts, they explode because the police officers are there trying to scramble around with a smaller than normal police force trying to solve for all of the crime in the community. And you have no support from the mayors. I seen the mayor over there crying, the female mayor over in Philadelphia. She was over there crying. I can't believe you guys are still doing this, while not at the same time embracing changes over in Pennsylvania that the president is trying to implement across the entire country. And so even with people that would protest against him, these are the very people that need the help the most. They need the crime to stop. I've said it before that I believe that everybody deserves safety in their own neighborhood, to be able to walk down the street. But as usual, again, you see liberals, you see Democrats, and I just can't believe this hive mindset. When you get statistics that say there are 0 crimes, all of these guns are removed from the streets, illegals that's not supposed to be here is being deported, people are being arrested for selling drugs and committing crimes inside of the community that would ultimately lead to some of the homicides and some of the problems. Anton, how does selling drugs lead to homicides? Well, how do you think? Anytime you start to introduce habits, drugs, crime, anything that happens, and then you don't introduce jobs as a result of it, then that means that the crime rate is going to go up. And when it gets warm outside, it's even worse because people have the opportunity to be out freely, interacting with each other, and because they don't have no home training, because their parents are not participating in their life, then it's going to turn into something that's even worse than what you see happening right here. The Trump administration is basically offering these cities and these states an opportunity to join in on a once-in-a-lifetime, unprecedented opportunity to stop crime in the neighborhoods and in the communities. We know that the judges and the systems itself, voted on by liberals and Democrats, are not there to help you. And we know that the mayors work hand in hand with the systems that's built in place in order to keep you under duress, so to have you vote the way that you're voting, but he's offering once in a lifetime opportunity, even when you didn't vote for him, even when you didn't hold him down, even when 92% of black women actually voted for Kamala Harris, and the crime and the corruption that continues to proliferate inside of these communities, you guys still won't take it. You still don't want safety in your communities, but you'll sit here and lie to each other and try to act like crime is down. Yeah, okay. But they also cutting funding because most of these cities are over budget and they have not managed their finances the way that they're supposed to. And they're also cutting bus services over in Philadelphia.
And the first rounds of SEPTA service cuts will go into effect in less than an hour. The agency was hoping for the state to step in to help solve its funding crisis, but now SEPTA says it has no choice but to cut 20% of its services. Thanks for joining us tonight at 11. I'm Johnny Archer. SEPTA has warned about these changes for months, and the problem stems from its budget deficit. SEPTA needs to make up for $213 million windfall. Right now, 800,000 riders use the service daily. That includes 50,000 students. If the solution isn't reached, SEPTA says it will enter a death spiral. NBC 10's Lily Zhang spoke with riders who say this forces them to make big changes in their lives. Lily?
For weeks now, you've likely seen signs like these warning commuters of the discontinued service. August 24th, the first day of SEPTA service cuts. Parents of Philadelphia students who rely on SEPTA say they are bracing for what the roads will look like in the coming days and weeks. For many children, the final weekend of summer, it's all play and no work. But ask their parents.
We have uniforms to buy, of course, still some school supplies. We finally finalized and seen things that she still had from last year that were still in good condition that she could use.
What will certainly be different at the start of this school year is how more than 50,000 Philadelphia students who depend on SEPTA every day will get to class. Wanda Harris's grandchildren are among them.
She goes to North Philly and we all the way in South Philly. So I got to get up at 7:30 to get her to school by 8:15.
Harris plans to drive them next week. And that's because their bus route is part of the planned service cuts set to take effect Sunday. That's
called being a parent.
the day before Philadelphia students go back to school. Starting Sunday, service cuts include 32 bus routes eliminated, 16 shortened.
It's hard, so I'm just really trying to figure out what am I going to do. I'm like, do I need?
She got her hair done. She got her nails did. They got the craziness happening in the background. She got her designer glasses on, her designer mug. Everything is designer. Makeup probably costs a ton, but they sitting there complaining about costs and they're not trying to raise the property values.
To move.
Shakia Dabney's daughter goes to a charter school in Nicetown. For them, school started this past week. Dabney works in Delaware County and is now trying to juggle the commute without SEPTA for both of them.
She was like, Mom, please make sure we're not late for the first day. So I went extra early so to make sure that, but there's no way to know, being as though, with the traffic, how would you really know?
She says right now, driving her daughter to school is the only option. Like other families, they're taking it day by day.
That plays a big toll on a parent, one, just working and taking care of your family for one, but then have to worry about transportation to get them to school on time.
And SEPTA's police chief says the transit agency has updated its school safety plans. That does include daily check-in with school police, as well as heavier police presence on certain routes. Reporting in Center City, Lily Zhang.
So basically all of these cities, including Philadelphia, today we focusing on Philadelphia, all of these cities are basically facing budget deficits, a lower tax base, less jobs, more crime, more drugs inside of the community. We already know about Kensington Avenue, don't we? And they're also facing a rejection from the Trump administration on working with them to make sure that they have clean and safe communities. Got it. Let me know what y'all think inside of the comments. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Teach Henley, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to holler at you guys later. Peace.